This is my sugar project by Cheyenne Jordan. I watched the movie Fed Up and I found it to be very informative on how the world today had their concerns over obesity and the growing concern for sugar intake. Through watching the movie, I learned that sugars, while they can be good for you in your diet, it's part of your energy, what gives you energy. It became a big concern in 1977 by the McGovern Foundation, who set out the first set of dietary goals for people. It became a more prevalent cause of death than starvation did, due to all the health concerns it brings, such as your cardiovascular health and concerns for like diabetes and just obesity in general. Sugar's been linked to cancer and compared to an epidemic because it's such a widespread rising rate of obesity and cause of obesity. You are what you eat, your weight is in your control. So that means like the kind of sugar you're eating and how much you're eating in your diet. So the way you eat can be inherited through your parents and ancestors because it's the way you were taught growing up. And so if your parents were to eat and binge eat and eat all of the junk food, then you're more likely to binge eat and eat the junk food as well because that's how you were raised and you were taught. But you can break that cycle. That tends to be the way most people find themselves. It was believed that it was an energy balance, that calories that you take in must match the amount of calories you burn in energy. So it was saying that for each 20-ounce Coke that you drink, you would have to bite for an hour and 15 minutes to burn the amount of calories taken in. For each cookie you ate, you'd have to jog for 20 minutes to burn it off. A medium fry would be an hour and 12 minutes swim. Sometimes your body type and the way your body processes sugars can affect those different varying forms of energy in and out. Because a calorie eaten is the same as a calorie, like it's a calorie. But the way your body processes is just different. Sugar is 8 times more addictive than cocaine. Lab tests were done using rats and they become cocaine addictive, and then they decided to give them sugar water and cocaine water to see which they would prefer. And even though they were addicted to cocaine, they went to the sugar water first. 40 out of 43 rats that they had. When they were giving the rats, normal rats, they weren't cocaine addicted, they were giving them sugar water and then they took it away. They showed signs of addiction, which is the cravings, the binging, the withdrawal. Alright, so for my food journal, I decided to eliminate all drinks except for water, even flavored waters, because some of those still contain sugar. And I very specifically mentioned that I was drinking tap water because of this, and I tried to eliminate the fast and frozen food that I was eating through my life. This week, or the past couple weeks, have been really hectic, and so I've been drinking a lot of energy drinks and eating a lot of fast frozen food, like for breakfast especially, just because it was quick and easy. The week began really rough, and I had a lot of headaches the first couple days, and I was very fatigued from, just working off my own energy instead of running on those energy drinks. And then I really struggled, fixing breakfast for myself, so some days I just skipped it. By day 4, I turned around and I wasn't, really fatigued or have any cravings or anything for the sugar. By the end of the week, I felt great. I felt back to normal. I didn't feel the need for those drinks and the fast food. One of my biggest struggles was just finding time management for food preparation that was more healthy and just in my diet. So for my sugar research paper, I found that the two main forms of sugar are high fructose corn syrup and sugar cane. High fructose corn syrup is made of 40 to 55% fructose and the rest being glucose and water. Sugar cane or sucrose is a 1:1 ratio of glucose and fructose bonded together. Sugar cane was grown naturally. It would grow 10 to 20 feet in height, and then it would be cut down, and it was a perennial plant, and so it would grow back naturally on its own. It was originated from like the Polynesian region in 8000 BCE. Back then they used to use it for medical healing for your stomach. They would just suck on the sugar cane. In the Roman and Greek civilizations, more specifically, when obesity became a concern, production companies would take the fat out of food, thinking that that was the problem, and they replaced it with more sugar, which is why the problem began to rise more with obesity and diabetes. So obesity and heart disease are the biggest problems, and with the over intake of sugar, because especially the diabetes, when people have that, it sets in, and that's what causes more of the heart disease part of it, causing your high blood pressure and your heart failure and the buildup of fats. It was recommended that women are only supposed to eat 100 kilocalories a day of sugar, the added sugar, and men should only eat about 150 kilocalories of sugar, added sugar. Sugar is linked to Alzheimer's, and diabetes and Alzheimer's have that link. It was 23.6 to 5.3 million in the United States of the older generation that have Alzheimer's and diabetes together. Your elevated glucose levels raise insulin, which raises the production of amyloid beta, causing brain plaque. And the brain plaque builds up and causes nerve cell communication to diminish, which is what leads to Alzheimer's.